What if I told you? But the man everyone ignored would one day change lives. This teacher's worn-out clothes hid an extraordinary story, making us rethink judgment. Meet David Chen, a 45-year-old high school teacher, walking along a quiet street to school. David wore the same faded brown jacket, patched at the elbows, and worn shoes. His colleagues whispered behind his back, subtly glancing over their shoulders at him. Parents at school events subtly avoided eye contact and conversations with David Chen. Even some students giggled as David Chen entered the classroom, carrying papers. David lived alone in a tiny apartment above an old bookstore, looking pensive. His lunch was often just a simple sandwich wrapped in newspaper. To everyone, David looked like a man who had given up on life, gazing thoughtfully out a rainy window. One rainy Tuesday, the principal called an emergency meeting, looking worried. The school was facing a serious crisis. Programs cut without $50,000. David Chen sat quietly at the meeting table, listening intently, composed and observant. Mrs. Wilson confidently gestured, mentioning her husband's business friends. Mr. Thompson animatedly discussed his golf club connections with a boastful smile. When it was David's turn, he stood and simply said, "I'll see what I can do." Some teachers subtly smirked, glancing at each other, conveying skepticism. David noticed their judgmental looks, but remained composed, with quiet resolve. He nodded quietly and walked back to his classroom, with unwavering resolve. 3 weeks later, a convoy of sleek black cars pulled up to the school. Men in expensive suits stepped out, exuding authority and professionalism. News reporters and camera crews gathered, capturing the scene's attention. The principal, confused, rushed out of the school towards the convoy. A distinguished gentleman smiled politely, speaking to the bewildered principal. The principal's jaw dropped in shock and disbelief, her eyes wide. Teachers gathered in amazement, learning David Chen's hidden truth. Flashback. A younger David told his father he wanted to live simply. Flashback. David donated expensive clothes, choosing a plain faded brown jacket. Flashback. David secretly gave school supplies to a grateful, happy small figure. The elegant Chen Foundation logo appeared, indicating new partnership and support. The principal, beaming with relief, shook hands with the distinguished gentleman. A lively art classroom filled with young characters, happily drawing and painting. Teenagers joyfully played new, gleaming musical instruments in a dynamic music classroom. Teenagers enthusiastically used shiny new sports equipment on a sunny field. David Chen observed the happy students and revitalized programs with a content smile. This story teaches us, never judge a book by its cover. Everyone has stories we know nothing about. Look beyond appearance. True wealth is kindness and compassion, not material possessions or showing off. David chose to live with purpose, conveying profound inner peace. Everyone has dreams, struggles, and stories deeper than what meets the eye. Look for their heart, their character, and their actions. That's where true value lies, like a gem hidden within. David continued teaching, touching countless lives with wisdom and humility. This story reminds us that extraordinary people often hide in plain sight. Appreciate genuine kindness by pressing a glowing like button. Share this message of true value, community, and connection. Look beyond superficial details. Highlight the glowing heart within a person. David Chen looks at the viewer with a knowing, gentle, and wise smile. Diverse human figures are interconnected by ethereal lines, symbolizing shared human experience. David Chen stands as a beacon of humility and inspiration, full of profound wisdom.